It is a good day to be a hater, guys, isn't it? And it's also a good day to be Chelsea because all of the top 4 rivals are dropping points. First off, Newcastle got absolutely pumped by Bournemouth. Isak locked up by both centre-backs that Nicholas Jackson gave the runaround for 90 minutes, funnily enough. But that means we can get back into the top 4 with a victory against Wolves, which we had better complete in convincing fashion as well. Word to Northside. But this isn't just about that. This is also about the Asna. The Asna doing what the Asna do best, which is dropping points. This time from 2-0 up. This time from actually one of their better performances this season. In spite of their completely one-dimensional tactics, it was actually one of their better games. They were in control. They were the dominant team. They were making the better chances. They took the lead as well, albeit from a very unlucky moment from Emi Martinez, because it was a really good reaction save from him. It's just too much power, or he didn't get the right handle on it that he wanted, but it ended up going in the back of the net from Martinelli's header, and it was 1-0 Arsenal, which, to be fair, hate aside, was good build-up play. Marino did his thing, Trossard did his thing, and I actually think Trossard was one of their better players in the game today. But in spite of all of that, Villa had a few chances. They were just very wasteful or very rash with their finishing, especially Ollie Watkins at times in the first half as well. Now, they got their second goal, Havertz on the score sheet from another cross because, as we said, one-dimensional Arsenal and all of that. Trossard into Havertz with a very well-placed corner. And it looks like everything is going to plan for the Asna. But, you forget what football team we're dealing with. We are dealing with one of the greatest bottle jobs in Premier League history. In Arsenal Football Club. And when they're in a calm and comfortable position, what do? They switch off and they get lazy. Moreno, so pathetically slow at tracking Tielemans for the first goal. And that goal actually came from Martinelli fumbling a 1v1 and passing it back, which was the funniest part. But Moreno looking as slow as Moreno usually looks, which again was a bit mad because he actually had a pretty good game up until that point. But then laziness just infected the whole team because it's not just Moreno. As soon as it got to 2-1, man just started playing for corners. These guys were just these guys should have been driving at fullbacks. But what they were doing, boot. Kick the ball at the defender, hope it rebounds, get a corner, and have a little time waste from there. Waste a minute. You might even get a third goal because it's Arsenal and they're set piece FC. But they tried it and it didn't work. And they just allowed Villa back into the game. They built momentum from the first goal, and then they bagged the second. Thomas Partey, where were you for that equalizer, mate? It's like he just reset. It's like, you know, when your laptop overheats or something, and it just restarts. It freezes and it restarts. This is what happened with Thomas Partey. Absolute brain fart at the back. Ollie Watkins left clean through with an easy header. And of course, Ollie Watkins is going to place it in the same spot that he scored at last season. In the same end that he scored last season. Now, Arsenal still had their chances after that. Havertz had another handball goal that he tried to celebrate, which was actually not going to be his. It was going to be Marino. But this guy is so shameless that he has to try and stat pad GA from that. And Trossard, who was actually pretty good in that game, had the worst miss at the end. The worst. I know what people are thinking. Lewis, Arsenal didn't lose. Why are we doing a video on Arsenal drawing? Number one, it's because of the bottle job and because it's funny. Number two, I must bring up this clip for all of you guys. I need to bring this up. I thought the reactions just died. No, they did not. No, they did not.
Can I, just before you talk about Chelsea?
So I want to bring this from Robbie on DR Sports.
I remember Clara as well, they came in. Clara in the super chats. Yeah. When I was here and I was saying, you know, I looked at the games you had ahead of you in December, games like Ipswich, Everton, all these games like that, and I said, listen, easy games, you've got an easy run of games, right? I should have listened to you guys when you said your shit.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? I actually thought you turned the corner, but you were right, Matisse.
I just want to
add something.
You're crap.
Right, so I apologise because I don't know. I thought those easy games that you had. I thought it'd be easy for you. Well, you were right, Matisse. Clara, you were right.
No.
You're poor.
No.
First of all, man, are talking about Fulham being poor because you can't beat them. When was the last time Arsenal beat Fulham? I want to know that. But I needed to bring it up because of this. They are now trying to clown us for saying that we aren't title contenders and being proven correct. And before that, I want to throw the disclaimer that I get it. The results that we dropped points in were poor results to drop points in, and that should never be accepted. But this was the naivety that we were talking about. And this is exactly what we were talking about when we said we know what title contenders are, and we just ain't got the facilities for that. But we know what title contenders are, and they're not you. They are not you, because title contenders do not drop leads at home when they're 2-0 up with, 25 minutes left to go. Title contenders don't do that. We know what title contenders are, and they are not you. You guys are telling us that we are crap. How about you have a look at yourselves? You have had 5 years under this manager, all to have one home win in 4, a dreadful, pitiful, disgusting, putrid bench, and an attack that cannot win you a single game. You man started with Trossard, Martinelli, and Havertz up front, and you think you lot can win the league with that. You have no Saka replacement, and you think you can win the league with that. You have no competent striker, and you think you can win the league with that. And it was all meant to be off their defense. Look what their defense is like as soon as they lose one of their back two. Look what it's like. It's still decent, but it's nowhere near the same because you don't have the depth. Kiwior was meant to be your depth, and now you guys would rather play Timber. You man would rather play Shiver Me Timbers than play him. This is your depth. No attacking options bar Raheem Sterling. Man like Mr. You're going to see the best of me and all of that. And what did I see from Mr. You're about to see the best of me? Giveaways, dispossessions, fouls, because all Aston Villa wanted at 2-2 was fouls. They're going to play the same game on you lot. Just, yeah, foul me. Free kick. Okay, cool. I'm just going to lie here for a minute. Grab my ankle. Get the medic out. I need the magic spray. Is that 2 minutes off the clock? Cool. Nice little set piece. Nice little set piece to time waste on. This is your depth. You man have spent all season doing up, stay humble, eh? Stay humble, eh? And now Mr. Stay Humble might be creeping up on you in the Premier League table. Because if Manchester City were to win, they are now, I think, 6 or 5 points behind you. Something along the lines of that. They can now catch up to you within 2 games. And you're playing them very soon. Next week, you guys are all going to be Chelsea fans. You guys are all going to go from cussing us out to saying, oh, Chelsea, please. Chelsea, get a result for us at the Etihad, guys. We need it, please. I beg. Because you do not want Manchester City to come close to you guys. If Erling Haaland overtakes you in the table after the amount of slander that you lot have given him, it is going to be absolutely peak for you guys. And it couldn't happen to a nicer fan base. Because you spent the whole time doing up stay humble while you've never been top of the league to look down on everybody like that. We were told that as soon as Manchester City fall off, you would be there. Why have you imitated them? Why have you become like Man City? They've dropped off. You've decided we're going to drop off too. Now it's Liverpool and Nottingham Forest that are looking like the real title contenders. Because Forest are going to be level on points with you guys when they beat Southampton. Because it is a when. It's Southampton. So what is the plan from then? 1 home win in 4 and you lot think you're title contenders. Remember, we might not be great. Neither are you. Now, I do have to shout out Aston Villa as well. Brilliant comeback from them. Luca Dean was great coming off because Maatsen was dying out there off the left-hand side. Boy, that wasn't a good game for him. Bogard grew into the game. Tielemans had some sensational passing. And they took their chance in the second half when they needed to take it. The game management from Aston Villa was sensational, which is more than can be said for Arsenal at home. Have shame. This is the performance that you brought at home. Disgusting. Disgrace. Let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, I want to leave you guys with this. Thank you, Chelsea. All of that. And big up every single one of you. Hit the like, subscribe. Be back tomorrow for some more hate-alongs. And as always, up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.